Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Śrīpāda Mādhavācārya Sri Guru Vaishnavanscha Sri Rūpam Sahagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sarvabhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Sakha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dīnabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurang Sri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhevacha Titanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasa Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschyata Desakarine Hare
Hare Krishna. So last year, today, on the date of Vijayadashmi, we were in Rameshwaram. Remember? Ravindra Madhusudan Prabhu and Priyanka Mataji, we were in Rameshwaram, from where Lord Ram reached to Lanka. So many times we have discussed in the past also that this is a very important festival for us, because this is the day when the personification of evil in the form of Ravana was slain by Lord Ram. So we should also observe Dashera. But when we can observe Dashera? When the Ravan which is inside, it has to be slain. So we have to request Lord Ram to appear into our heart and slain this evil in the form of Ravana, which represent lust. And is there someone who can say he is free from lust? Why the love of the Supreme Lord is not manifesting? Because our heart is saturated with lust. So to the extent we are obsessed or we are saturated with worldly desires and we have worldly aspirations, to that extent, lust is prevailing in our heart. It is called Dashharaha. Dasha means 10 and Hara means to terminate. So today is the day when Lord Ram defeated and slain the 10 heads of Ravana. So I was contemplating what are the 10 heads or the 10 vices which are there in the heart, that we should invite Lord Ram. Today you should have come and had darshan of Lord Ram. Very, very special darshan today. So these 6 vices that everyone has in the material existence is lust, anger, greed, envy, attachment and illusion. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad and Matsarya. So who would volunteer? What are the other 4 things that we have in our heart that we would want Lord Ram to decimate and defeat and kill from our heart? Yes, Manoram Prabhu. Anyone, one earnest request or pray to the Lord to remove that anartha from that heart, from our heart. And we should
Yes,
be very,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. This laziness, Prabhuji, this laziness tendency.
yeah, this is a big obstacle. Krishna says, Yuddhasva Vigat Jvara. So laziness is the result of which mode?
Ignorance, Prabhuji.
So ignorance is there. Ignorance is there. How to remove laziness? By coming in the mode of goodness. Unless and until we uplift ourselves to the mode of goodness, this laziness cannot be removed. Very good. Ravindra Bro?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Procrastination is one thing.
Procrastination. The same thing. In a different way to represent. Laziness and procrastination is almost the same thing.
Another one is the main thing is that speaking truth.
Speaking truth. So this is your problem, that you speak truth. Huh? Or not speaking truth.
Yes, Prabhuji, not speaking truth.
Or we have a tendency to misrepresent or represent in such a way that we show ourselves as the most honest and the best person. This is called hypocrisy to one extent, which is one of the symptoms of Kali Yuga, is to show what we are not. Yes, duplicity. So we should pray to Lord Ram. Very good. Yes, we are, the conditioned nature is duplicitous. And what is the way Lord Sita Devi was tricked by Ravan? By duplicity. Ravan came in the guise of being a Brahmana, whereas he was a demon. Very good. Who else? Pradeep? If your heart is very clean, very pure, there is no anartha, nothing required for Lord Ram to come. Let him stay in Ram Darbar. You are better there.
Two reactions, Prabhuji. Yes.
Not clear.
Fruiting reaction, Prabhuji.
Huh? Fruitive mentality. Yes. Fruitive mentality. That is representation of lust. Fruitive mentality means, remaining in this world to enjoy worldly pleasure. That is a manifestation of lust. Fruitive mentality. Okay. Anyone else? Quickly speak. I see my throat is still not normal. So don't push me. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, pride Prabhuji, pride.
Pride. Mad is pride. I have already covered that. Pride is mad. Yes, Madan Swarup Prabhu.
Prabhuji, thus nam aparad and committing offenses against Vaishnava.
That is all again, the root of it is pride.
Right, okay.
Because we do not value why we will commit Nam Aparad or why we will commit Vaishnava Aparad, because we think we are superior or better. Unless and until we take a humble position, it's very difficult to give up. Okay, very good. We sincerely pray today. Today is the day when the Lord is willing to release us from the evil inside, the Ravana which is inside, which has captured our heart for so many lifetimes. Then we will actually be observing Dashahara. I was meditating on three things. Is puja, labh and pratishtha. Again, it is a reflection of subtle lust. Adoration, profit and worship. So our heart is still filled with so many evils. And today is the day that we open our heart and pray to Lord Ram. Still the day is not over. Dashara is not over. We can still pray. Recently one devotee asked me that what is the pranam mantra of Ram Darbar? So yes, every time, even if we are not in front of the deity, we can still connect by praying to them. So we should try to pray sincerely and request the Lord that as you slain the Ravana in Lanka, so what about the Lanka which is there in my heart? So then we will be observing Dashara, the Vijay Dashmi. And also today is the disappearance day of the founder of our Sampradaya, Śrīpāda Mādhavācārya. Today is the disappearance. October. Śrīpāda Mādhavācārya appearance, not disappearance. Today is the appearance of Śrīpāda Mādhavācārya. Our Sampradaya is Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. So it is coming from Lord Brahma himself. Tena Brahma Hridaya Adi Kaviyo. So from Brahmaji, the knowledge was passed on to Srila Narad Muni, and from Narad Dev it went to Vyasadev, and Śrīpāda Mādhavācārya is the next. It is said that Śrīpāda Mādhavācārya, he directly met Srila Vyasadev. And Madhvacharya's life is very, very revolutionary. He appeared in South India, in the Pachaka Kshetra, which is near to Udupi. I had the fortune to go there. You also went with me, Madan Swarup Prabhu, to Udupi, na?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
We have gone with Guru Maharaj Yatra. Any one of you?
Yes, Maharaj.
I think none of you went. And he is considered to be the incarnation of Vayu and also of Bhima. And he appeared during the time when the entire country was very much influenced by the impersonalist conception of Sri Shankaracharya. And he defeated a very, very prominent personality who defeated the impersonalist philosophy of advaita-vāda. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted his philosophy. Mahaprabhu accepted the lineage coming from Śrīpāda Mādhavācārya. Anyone can answer how Mahaprabhu accepted the lineage from Madhvacharya? What is the succession? We have discussed it many times in the past. Ramaya is nodding. What about others? Yes, Pranab Prabhu.
Mahaprabhu took initiation from Ishwarpuri, and Ishwarpuri is the disciple of Madhavendra Puri.
Very good. Then?
I don't know about the succession.
You have Bhagavad Gita with you? Then
Yes, Prabhuji. It is given in the introduction. But
yeah. So why can you say that I don't know? Whom did Madhavendra Puri accept as a spiritual master? You should be knowing. It is mentioned there in the book, the basic book. We want to study Srimad Bhagavatam. Basic thing of Bhagavad Gita is not clear. माननीय माता जी,
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्ण।
प्रभु जी याद नहीं आ रहा है प्रभु जी, ये श्रीनिवास आचार्य है क्या प्रभु जी?
क्या बात कर रही है आप? तो अपराध कर रही है। माधवेंद्रपुरी के गुरु श्रीनिवास आचार्य, श्रीनिवास आचार्य श्रीला गोपाल भट्ट गोस्वामी के शिष्य हैं, जो कि महाप्रभु के शिष्य हैं। हम महाप्रभु के गुरु की बात कर रहे हैं और उनके गुरु की बात कर रहे हैं। बताओ, आप लोग को बताना पड़ेगा। गुरु परंपरा अगर नहीं पकड़ पाएंगे तो कृपा कहां से मिलेगी? Who is the spiritual master of Śrīpāda Mādhavācārya? They are the lineage connection. Yes, Ramya.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी लक्ष्मीपति तीर्थ।
Very good. She is one of the, most late entrants in this group. You all have been studying with me for last average 5, 7, 10, 15 years. The basic thing you don't remember. It is given in the book. Is it not given in the Bhagavad Gita? Before the first page of introduction, the entire parampara is given. Śrīpāda Lakshmipati Tirtha. The entire is given after Madhvacharya. The entire lineage is given. And it comes to Lakshmipati Tirtha, and from Śrīpāda Lakshmipati Tirtha, Śrī Madhavendra-puri. And Madhavendra-puri, he taught us he is the one who exhibited the mood of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of Vipralamba Bhav, of the mood of service in separation. So Mahaprabhu took two items, two elements of the components of devotional practice from Śrīpāda Mādhavācārya. Who remembers? So many times I have taken class in the past that Mahaprabhu accepted two items, two elements each from the four Sampradaya. Ganesh, have I not taken this class on this? At least 10 times I would have taken in the past 5 years. Yes, out of the two, at least mention one.
Prabhuji, deity worship standard.
Yes, very good. Very good. One of them is deity worship. Deity worship, Sri Murti Sevana, that is accepted from Śrīpāda Mādhavācārya. And what is the other? It is very obvious. Very obvious. Pradeep, you are hearing for so many years, but that hearing should go into the heart. Pradeep, please clearly speak. If you don't know, then you say you don't know.
Chanting Maha.
What nonsense. The complete nonsense. Tonika, you remember? Hare Krishna. Anyone else can answer? Very simple, I told you up front. I gave the answer. Very sorry to see such clueless faces. What mercy can be received? What Srimad Bhagavatam can we assimilate? Devadatta, you remember? What is the most prominent part of Śrīpāda Mādhavācārya? We want to be in the parampara, initiated devotees. Don't know what about the founder of the parampara.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I was little disturbed because one snake came actually inside room. That's why I could not hear your question properly.
What were the two elements Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted from Madhvacharya's lineage, from Sampradaya? One is answered by Pranab Prabhu, the deity worship. Ganesh Prabhu answered. What is the second?
Sankirtan Prabhuji.
No. You people will make guesses, it will not work. Bhakti, and if you have to study philosophy, it will not work. Flukes and guesses will not work. Yes, Pranab Prabhu?
I think Vaishnav Seva.
No. That is from Śrīpāda Ramanuja. Anyway, it is complete defeat of impersonal conception. Keval Advait Nirhasana. Okay, today we will speak more on Śrīpāda Mādhavācārya, because if the philosophy is not known, there is no point in going into the Lila. What we will understand Srimad Bhagavatam if we do not understand the basics. So in Caitanya-caritāmṛta, Ādi-līlā 7.110, Manoram Prabhu show the verse. Prabhupada talks about the philosophy of Śrīpāda Mādhavācārya. We will hear that. You will read Prabhu. This is very much presenting the philosophy of Śrīpāda Mādhavācārya. Ādi-līlā 710 verse. Read the payar and then the translation and the purport.
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Tahar nahi ka dosh Ishvara agya paya gunarth karila mukhya artho acha diya. The translation: Shankaracharya is not at fault, for it is under the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead that he has covered the real purport of the Vedas. Should I read the purport also, Prabhuji? Okay, so purport by His Divine Grace. The Vedic literature is to be considered a source of real knowledge, but if one does not take it as it is, one will be misled. For example, the Bhagavad Gita is an important Vedic literature that has been taught for many years, but because it was commented upon by unscrupulous rascals, people derived no benefit from it, and no one came to the conclusion of Krishna consciousness. Since the purport of the Bhagavad Gita is now being presented as it is, however, within 4 or 5 short years, thousands of people all over the world have become Krishna conscious. That is the difference between direct and indirect explanations of the Vedic literatures. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Mukhya Vritte, Shei Artha Parama Mahatma.
Understood? Mukhya Vritti. How it has to be presented in the proper spirit. What Prabhupada is saying. That before Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita as it is came in, every other edition of Bhagavad Gita was not giving the true presentation of what Bhagavad Gita is. Okay, so Mukhya Vritti, Sei Artha Parama Mahatma. So Mukhya Vritti, to teach the Vedic literature according to the direct meaning without false commentary, is glorious. Okay, further.
Unfortunately, Sri Shankaracharya, by the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, compromised between atheism and theism in order to cheat the atheists and bring them to theism. And to do so, he gave up the direct method of Vedic knowledge and tried to present a meaning which is indirect. It is with this purpose that he wrote his Shankara Bhashya, his Shariraka Bhashya, commentary on the Vedanta Sutra. One should not therefore attribute very much importance to the Sharirika Bhashya in order to understand Vedanta philosophy. One must study Śrīmāda Bhāgavatam, which begins with the words Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Janmadi Asuyatha Anvayat Itaratas Chartesu Abhiggas Varat. I offer my obeisances unto Lord Sri Krishna, son of Vasudeva, who is the supreme all-pervading personality of Godhead. I meditate upon him, the transcendent reality, who is the primeval cause of all causes, from whom all manifested universe arise, in whom they dwell, and by whom they are destroyed. I meditate upon that eternal evangel Lord, who is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations, and yet is fully independent. Śrīmāda Bhāgavatam is the real commentary on the Vedanta Sutra. Unfortunately, if one is attracted to Sri Shankaracharya's commentary, Sharirika Bhashya, his spiritual life is doomed. One may argue.
One minute. What is the principle Mahaprabhu gave? Who remembers this last line that you read? If one is attracted to Shankaracharya's commentary, Sharirika Bhashya, his spiritual life is doomed. What is the verse? The principle that Mahaprabhu gave? Who remembers? Very famous. Very important for all of us. Anyone remembers?
Prabhuji, is this Mayavadi Bhashya Sunile Hoy Sarvanash?
Yes, precisely. This is the one. Mayavadi Bhashya Sunile Hoilo Sarvanash. Yes. Okay. Then the entire history is given. Read further.
One may argue that since Shankaracharya is an incarnation of Lord Shiva, how is it that he cheated people in this way? The answer is that he did so on the order of his master, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is confirmed in the Padma Purana in the words of Lord Shiva himself. Should I read?
I'll read it. I will. Mayavadam asat shastram prachannam badham uchyate mayeva kalpitam devi kalo brahmana rupina brahmanascha rupam nirgunam vakshyate maya sarvaswam jagato apiyasya manoartham kalo yuge Vedante tu mahashastre, come down. Mayavadam avedhikam Maya eva vakshyate devi jagatam nash karanat. Now read.
The Mayavad philosophy, Lord Shiva informed his wife Parvati.
This is in Padma Puran. Wait, this is in Padma Puran, conversation between Lord Shiva and Parvati Devi, where Lord Shiva is explaining that how the events will unfold in future, which is in Kali Yuga. So please be very attentive. Yeah, read.
The Mayavad philosophy, Lord Shiva informed his wife Parvati, is impious, Asat Srashta. It is covered.
Shastra. It is Asat Shastra.
Okay, Shastra. It is covered Buddhism. My dear Parvati, in Kali Yuga, I assume the form of a Brahmana and teach this imagined Mayavad philosophy. In order to cheat the atheists, I describe the Supreme Personality of Godhead to be without form and without qualities. Similarly, in explaining Vedanta, I describe the same Mayavad philosophy in order to mislead the entire population toward atheism by denying the personal form of the Lord. In the Shiva Puran, the Supreme Personality of Godhead told Lord Shiva,
Please try. Read.
Dvaparado yoge bhutva kalaya manusha dishu swagame kalpitas vamcha janamad vimukhan kuru.
Very good.
In Kali Yuga, misled the people in general by propounding imaginary meaning for the Vedas to bewilder them. These are the descriptions of the Puranas. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur commented the Mukhya Vritti, the direct meaning, is Avidha Vritti, or the meaning that one can understand immediately from the statements of dictionaries, whereas Gona Vritti, the indirect meaning, is a meaning that one imagines without consulting the dictionary. For example, one politician has said that Kurukshetra refers to the body, but in the dictionary there is no such definition. Therefore, this imaginary meaning is Gauna Vritti, whereas the direct meaning found in the dictionary is Mukhya Vritti or Avidha Vritti. This is the distinction between the two. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommends that one understand the Vedic literature in terms of Avidha Vritti, and the Gauna Vritti he rejects. Sometimes, however, as a matter of necessity, the Vedic literature is described in terms of the Lakshana Vritti or Gauna Vritti, but one should not accept such explanations as permanent truths. The purpose of the discussions in the Upanishad and Vedanta Sutra is to philosophically establish the personal feature of the absolute truth. The impersonalists, however, in order to establish their philosophy, accept these discussions in terms of Lakshana Vritti or indirect meanings. Thus, instead of being tattva-vāda or in search of the absolute truth, they become Mayavada.
So the philosophy given by Śrīpāda Mādhavācārya, it is called the tattva-vāda. And what is tattva-vāda? In search of the tattva, janmadiyasya yataha. So that tattva is the supreme absolute truth. Okay. So it is saying, thus instead of being tattva-vāda or in search of the absolute truth, they become mayavad or illusion by the material energy. Yeah, read further.
When Sri Vishnu Swami, one of the four acharyas of the Vaishnava cult, presented his thesis on the subject matter of Śrīpāda.
Right. Śrīpāda.
Yes, Advaita-vāda. Immediately the Mayavadis took advantage of this philosophy and tried to establish their advaita-vāda or Kevala-advaita-vāda. To defeat this Kevala-advaita-vāda, Sri Ramanujacārya presented his philosophy as viśiṣṭādvaita-vāda, and Sri Madhavācārya presented his philosophy of tattva-vāda, both of which are stumbling blocks to the Mayavadis because they defeat their philosophy in scrupulous detail. Students of Vedic philosophy know very well how strongly Sri Ramanujacārya's viśiṣṭādvaita-vāda and Sri Madhavācārya's tattva-vāda contest the impersonal Mayavad philosophy. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, however, accepted the direct meaning of the Vedanta philosophy and thus defeated the Mayavad philosophy immediately. He opined in this connection that anyone who follows the principles of the Shariraka Vaisya is doomed. This is confirmed in the Padma Puran, where Lord Shiva tells Parvati.
Read, try to read. Pronounce.
Shrinu Devi Prabhakshami Tamosani Yatha Kramam Yasham Shravana Matrena Patityam
Jnaninamapi. Very different. Just see. So Lord Shiva is saying, Shunu Devi Prabhakshami. Please hear. Parvati Devi, what I am speaking. Prabhakshami means to speak. Tamasani Yatha Kramam Yesham Shravana Matrena Patityam Jnaninamapi. Apartham Shruti Vakhyana Darshaya Lok Grahitam Karma Swarupa Tyajiyatam Atra Cha Pratipradyate Sarva Karma Paribhramsan Neshkarmyan Tatra Chochite Paramatma Jivayo Rekhya Maya Atra Pratipadyate. Read.
My dear wife, hear my explanations of how I have spread ignorance through Mayavad philosophy. Simply by hearing it, even an advanced scholar will fall down. In this philosophy, which is certainly very inauspicious for people in general, I have misrepresented the real meaning of the Vedas and recommended that one give up all activities in order to achieve freedom from karma. This is Mayavad philosophy. I have described the Jivatma and Paramatma to be one and the same. How the Mayavad philosophy was condemned by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his followers is described in Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta, Ādi-līlā 2nd chapter verses 94 through 99, where Sarup Damodar Goswami says that anyone who is eager to understand the Mayavad philosophy must be considered insane. This especially applies to a Vaishnava who reads the Sharirika Bhashya and considers himself to be one with God. The Mayavati philosophers have presented their arguments in such attractive, flowery language that hearing Mayavad philosophy may sometimes change the mind of even a Mahabhagavat or very advanced devotee.
This is what Prabhupada is saying. That anyone who hears the Mayavadi philosophy, that hearing Mayavadi philosophy may change the mind of even a Mahabhagavata or very advanced devotee. An actual Vaishnava cannot tolerate any philosophy that claims God and the living being to be the one and the same. So please close the screen, share. Thank you. Very, very dangerous. And the advent of, or the appearance of Śrīpāda Mādhavācārya is to defeat this Mayavadi philosophy. What is the understanding of Mayavadi philosophy? Why there is so much of criticism of Mayavadi philosophy within ISKCON? Why everywhere Prabhupada is so much, hammering and speaking so strongly against Mayavad? What is Mayavad? What is the principle of Mayavad? How many of you are clear? Before I came to ISKCON, I never knew what is Mayavad. I first heard the word Mayavad. I was remaining in Varanasi for many, many years, 20 years, which is said to be the epicenter of Mayavad. But I never knew what is Mayavad. So after coming and after Srila Prabhupada's so much of, hammering on Mayavad, I inquired from ISKCON devotees, what does Mayavad mean? So who can explain what is Mayavad? Although we read almost 4 pages of purport of what Mayavad is. देवाशीष बताइए मायावाद किसे कहते हैं? What is Mayavad?
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, वो भगवान कृष्ण को सुप्रीम पर्सनालिटी ऑफ गॉड नहीं मानते।
नहीं, ये कोई डेफिनेशन नहीं है मायावाद की। What is Mayavad? What is the principle of Mayavad? What is the philosophy? What is the philosophy कौन? अभी मनोराम प्रभु ने पढ़ा इतना लंबा। कौन सा वाद है मायावाद? बताइए।
Advaita-vāda.
प्रभु जी please, unless and until one is asked, kindly don't speak.
Okay.
What does advaita-vāda mean, Devashish? What is so dangerous about advaita-vāda? जल्दी बोलो, टाइम मत वेस्ट करो। पढ़ते नहीं हो ना, 100 बार बोलता हूं, उसके बाद भी इधर उधर घूमते रहते हो, पढ़ते नहीं हो, कुछ नहीं घुसेगा, ना लिखते हो। देवदत्त, उसको तो कुछ आता ही नहीं है। आप बताओ देवदत्त, व्हाट इज अद्वैतवाद? व्हाट इज सो डेंजरस अबाउट दिस फिलॉसफी ऑफ अद्वैतवाद?
They consider that people are not different from the God, and if they try hard, they can ultimately mix with the God. Means ऐसा मानते हैं कि भगवान के साथ वो लीन हो जाएंगे और कोई भी भगवान जैसा हो सकता है। मतलब हर किसी के अंदर भगवान को, मतलब भगवान हर कोई बन सकता है, एक कोई भगवान नहीं है। अद्वैतवाद को मानते हैं.
They do not accept the difference between Jiva and the Lord. Ishvara and Jiva, they equate to be the same. Yes, very good. Right answer. So that is still very prominent in India. That is, most of the religious people, they follow this Mayavad. So-called religious people. That is why I am still discussing the second verse of Śrīmāda Bhagavatam. If you can, connect. That is, which kind of religion is this? Which religion is this? Mayavad is which kind of religion? Yes, Ramya? बाकी सब ट्यूबलाइट है, वो जलती ही नहीं है. बोलो.
Kaitava, Prabhuji, Kaitava.
This is all Kaitava, cheating religion. So it is kicked out in Śrīmāda Bhagavatam. And Śrīpāda Mādhavācārya appeared to defeat the proponents of Śrīpāda Śaṅkarācārya's Mayavad philosophy and established the philosophy of from Advaita. What he established, his famous sign is two, Dvait. Śaṅkarācārya is one, Advait. He says that the Jiva and the Ishvara are the same. But no, the Jiva and Ishvara are never the same. Who can refute the Jiva and the Ishvara are not the same? What is the evidence? Based on Bhagavad Gita. You studied Bhagavad Gita? Yes, Sonika?
Prabhuji, it was explained that Lord and means that we have heard about means in everyone in the knower of the mind or whatever we are thinking is knower. The knower is our soul and the super soul means that Lord. But we cannot know about any other soul. So that is difference between Jiva and Ishvara.
Okay, you're talking about two Kshetragya.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Okay, there are many evidences in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says in the 13th chapter that the Jiva is the knower of his own body. In the third verse, Krishna says, Kshetragyam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. You should understand, oh Sion of Bharata, you should understand that I am also the knower in all bodies. That is one, very good. What are the others? Let us first discuss on today's Śrīla Madhvacharya's philosophy, his contribution. Very simple. What is the, Prabhupada gave one example. Prabhupada was once in the assembly. Prabhupada was invited when he started to preach in India. He used to be invited in various religious conferences. And in the religious conferences, all other speakers, they were all this advaita-vādis. And Prabhupada defeated them so humiliatingly. His Prabhupada said that now all is not one. I disagree with you. I am different. Simple. One-liner. You say all is one. The Supreme Lord and the Jiva is one, but I differ. That means there are two. Nobody had any answer. They all accepted defeat. So where are the other evidences between the difference between the Jiva and Parameshwara or the Ishvara? Wait, Dayashil. You are an older student. You are studying Bhagavad Gita for 15 years. What about others who are not studying? Manoram Prabhu, where are the other evidences?
Yes, Prabhuji, in one verses it was that this Anu and Vibhu concept was there. I forgot this.
No, you cannot forget it. How can you forget it? Forgetting means Mayavad. No, you should be knowing it. Then you don't know the difference between Ishvara and Jiva. What is the evidence? What Mahaprabhu was saying, that the flowery language is such that even if a Mahabhagavata devotee hears, he will be influenced. So what about us? Still that philosophy has not gone into our heart. What to say of heart? It has not even gone into our head.
Prabhuji, one, I think if I can correlate this Mamaivamsa Jiva Loke, here Lord Krishna is telling that Jivas are part and parcel. So they are Amshas.
They are Amsha and Krishna is complete. Very good. One evidence. Okay. What are the other evidences? देवाशीष, कुछ तो भगवत गीता आती है या कुछ नहीं आता? बंद मत करो अपना वीडियो. बोलो. वर्ष बोलो. नहीं तो बोलोगे जीव और हम भी भगवान बनेंगे. हम ही तो भगवान है. हम और तुम सब भगवान है. वी आर ऑल गॉड. क्या भेद है? कहाँ है वो भेद? इसका प्रमाण दीजिए. सारे आचार्य इसी के लिए उपस्थित हुए कि ये जो भेद है उसको स्पष्ट कर सके. बोलो भाई, बोलो बोलो. पढ़ोगे नहीं तो बोलोगे क्या? रविंद्र प्रभु आप बताइए.
प्रभु जी भगवान बताते हैं कि चैप्टर 10 में अहम सर्वस्व प्रभु.
तो बोले ठीक है, जब आप भगवान बन जाएंगे तो आप भी वैसे ही हो जाएंगे. सब कुछ आपसे आएगा.
और हम 9 चैप्टर में पढ़ते हैं माया दख्या में प्रकृति श्वेते चराचर.
माया आपके अधीनस्थ है. मायावादी तो यही बोलते हैं माया हमारा कुछ नहीं बिगाड़ सकती. नहीं क्लियर है. प्रणव प्रभु, इतने ही बार इतनी डिटेल में इतना एक्सप्लेन किया है तो ये हाल है. प्रियंका माता जी.
The living entities are part and parcels of Supreme Lord. So living entities are qualitatively equal but quantitatively different there.
True, but where is the evidence? How can we relate and accept this principle? Which verse of Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam is it? Have you not studied Bhagavad Gita from first verse till last verse? Then how we can understand Janmadi Asyataha? नौ बज गया. बोले प्रदीप प्रभु.
Supreme Lord says,
हम
Ahamatma Gurakesha Sarvabhutasya Sthitah Aham Aditya Madhyanim Prakratan.
Aham Atma Gurakesha Sarvabhut Ashaya Sthita. Very good. That is in the 10th chapter, 18th verse. Okay, very good. Entire 15th chapter. Entire 15th chapter, which is the Vedanta Sutra, the final section. Krishna is saying, Sarvasya Chaham Hridaya Sannivishto. Matta smritir jnanam apyanam cha. And then he is saying every verse that Uttama Purushastu Anya. Anya means he is separate. It is not Jiva. Paramatma iti udharata. Ya lokotrayam avishya bhivarti avyay Ishvara. Entire 15th chapter. So many times we have discussed in detail 15th chapter. Yasma sharam atitoham. Aksharada pichottama. Ato asmi lok vedecha pratita purushottama. Then in the 18th chapter he says that Ishvara sarvabhutanam hridaya deshe arjuna tishtati. Brahmayami. What is the next line? Dashil bro. Brahmayana sarvabhutanam nirantar rudhani maya. So many places Krishna is speaking. The philosophy is not clear. What we will study Srimad Bhagavatam. The basic philosophy of Bhagavad Gita is not clear. Still, the problem is the Ravana is sitting inside. It has captured our heart. It has captured our mind. It has captured our senses, our intelligence, our thinking faculties. Everything is captured by lust. This is the evidence. No but greater evidence is required. We have to really pray to Lord Ram. But to please slay this evil which is inside. Then we can observe that is the purpose of all our acharyas appearing and propagating. That we give up this cheating religion. Still, even after coming in the Brahma Madhya Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, we are still privately trying to practice cheating religion. So that we have to really sincerely give it up. Okay, I'll stop here. It is already 9. Tomorrow you can have Kirtan. And how many of you have memorized the second verse? Okay. Some of you are trying, so you have one more day. Write, please write. See, we have to revolutionize. So what we have to do, we have to shift, we have to give up what we have been doing so far. So if you write, if you make effort, Krishna is there in the heart. Krishna says, Matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha. From me comes remembrance and forgetfulness. And through Bhagavatam, whom are we remembering? Krishna. So Krishna will be highly pleased. So please, I am requesting you that please put more attention. Please connect our mind and heart to the reading and hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. Then we can see the result of it. Then we can relish the scriptures. Okay, I'll stop here. Someone wants to say something, or is there any question or discussion? Tomorrow, who will lead the Kirtan? Manini Mataji, you organize this time.
Hare
Okay.
Krishna Prabhuji. Okay, Prabhuji.
Between 8 to 9 tomorrow. I won't
Okay,
be able to
Prabhuji.
join. Anyway, I cannot sing. My throat is in bad shape. Yes, Madan Sarup Prabhu, what is your query?
Guruji, you mentioned that privately we practice advaita-vāda.
Yes.
So how do we practice? I didn't understand this.
What is advaita-vāda? You answer me first. What is advaita-vāda?
That is what we discussed. The Mayavad and advaita-vāda is same.
What is advaita-vāda? I am asking you. What is your understanding of advaita-vāda?
Advaita-vāda is that Jiva and Narayana is same.
Yeah.
Anybody can Narayana.
So what is the deeper meaning of Jiva and Narayan being same?
That we are at the same position as Narayana.
Yeah, so what it means?
It means we don't have to treat God as a separate entity.
Anyone else can add to the understanding what it means and why it is so dangerous? You have to penetrate. Yes, Sonika?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, here it is said that Advaita-vāda is, we think that there is no difference between the Jiva and the Ishvara. And
Yes.
in Namaprad, we daily read that we should not even compare the demigods like Brahmaji, Shivji equal to Lord. So how can we consider that Jiva is equal to Lord? So that is a great sin.
Why it is so dangerous to consider Jiva and Ishvara to be the same? What does Ishvara mean?
If we consider Ishvara as the same, then we will never surrender unto the Supreme Lord and we will never get liberated.
True. So what we will think, what we are? Very obvious thing that we are doing day and night. And we are saying how we are practicing privately Advaita-vāda. Yes, Dayashil Prabhu?
Prabhuji, we consider every time as enjoyer, controller, and
Yes.
proprietor.
We think we are enjoyer, we are proprietor. Is it Advaita-vāda or not? Why
Yes,
we have to
Prabhuji.
serve the Lord? Why we have to serve the Lord? When I am equal to Lord, the Lord is there to serve me. I am the Lord and everyone else is my subservient. So the service propensity or the service attitude is never developed or manifested. This is the biggest obstacle or not in our practice of devotional service. You already mentioned that in the form of trying to safeguard from Namaprad.
Yes.
Why do we offend? Because we think we are masters. Which bhava do we have? Do we have das bhava?
No, controller, owner.
Yeah, we have the Ishvara bhava. Ishvaro aham, aham bhogi. Siddhoham, palvan sukhi. So which bhava is this? This is the bhava of Ravana. So we have to really request Lord Ram to uproot it. Dharma projito kaitava atra parmo nirmat saranam satam. It has to be completely uprooted from our heart. So our heart is filled with Mayavad conception. All the enjoying propensity means what? We consider ourselves to be Ishvara, enjoyers, controllers, proprietors. Do you agree?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So are we privately practicing or not practicing?
Yes, in that sense, yes.
That is the sense. That is the real sense. But we are very good at showing the artificial sense. So Manoram Prabhu was reading the Mukhya Vritti and the Gauna Vritti. So we should very well decide what is our Mukhya Vritti and what is our Gauna Vritti. Okay, yes, Sonika, what is your question?
Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, you mentioned earlier also that until and unless Bhagavad Gita is not in our heart, we have not accepted Bhagavad Gita, we should not jump for reading Bhagavatam. So right now my condition is the same, Prabhuji, means Bhagavad Gita is still not clear. So how can we continue? I continue Bhagavatam, Prabhuji.
Very good. This is an honest confession. We will never have Bhagavad Gita complete in our heart. Can we have Bhagavad Gita complete in our heart? It is unlimited. Do we have this realization that we are not this body, we are soul?
No, Prabhuji, not really.
In next 2 years, we will have it. We can have it. But what is the probability? But what we have to do, even if we are studying Bhagavatam, we will be referring to Bhagavad Gita. So we should attempt to get the philosophical conception clear first. The difference between the Bhagavad Gita gives the difference. That is what the 5 subject matters of Bhagavad Gita is. See, what is that subject matter? It talks about Jiva. It talks about Ishvara. So what is the Bheda between the two should be clear to us. Otherwise, what we will do when we will go into the 10th canto, we would like to be with like Krishna, who wants to enjoy with the gopis. Then what we will commit? We will commit our heads. So the first 9 cantos are given. Pranab Prabhu, your write-up is excellent, but it requires a little bit of correction. I was trying to edit it myself 2-3 times. I tried, but it did not happen. You have mentioned there chapter 1 to 9. It is cantos 1 to 9. Okay, so please edit it. And again, little more attention. The content is very well written, but little bit of correction is required. Okay, are you hearing me?
Okay, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
So please rewrite it, correct it, and send it to me so I can share. I've written very well. So this humble approach itself will enable us to understand Srimad Bhagavatam. This is glorious. And we should be very clear in the philosophical. Like before, I wanted to take the second verse today, but I just wanted to little bit of glorify Śrīpāda Mādhavācārya. But our understanding of what is advaita-vāda and advaita-vāda is not clear. The same with me. My Guru Maharaj told me, you speak Bhagavatam. So I requested Maharaj. I could not understand. When I came to the temple, just initial days, so Maharaj asked me once that, are you giving classes? Like a fool, I said, yes, Maharaj, I'm giving classes. I was thinking youth classes. So Maharaj called the temple commander and said, put his name in Bhagavatam class. And then I started to shiver. What is this? Where am I stuck? What will I speak? And then I said, Maharaj, what will I speak? He said, you don't have, you just have to repeat what Srila Prabhupada speaks. So if we have a humble approach that we don't know, then we are a fit candidate to know. But we should be very sincere in first accepting the Siddhanta philosophy. And we should practice very, sincerely to purify our senses, to purify our mind, to purify our intelligence, so that this transcendental subject matter can penetrate. When first time I was asked to give Caitanya-caritāmṛta class, I told my temple commander, I have not read Caitanya-caritāmṛta. So how can I speak? He said, मुझे नहीं पता. तुमको क्लास देनी है कल. अभी भी मुझे फोन किया. बोला कल सुबह क्लास दे दो. मैंने कहा भैया मेरी तबीयत खराब है, गले से बोलना नहीं जा रहा, कैसे दे दो? बोला अच्छा ठीक है. And when I opened Caitanya-caritāmṛta, because I had no excuse, and I was, crying in my heart, what will I speak? Then I read the first line of the preface. Srila Prabhupada is writing that there is no difference between Bhagavad Gita and Caitanya-caritāmṛta. And it gave me so much of confidence. So the point is that we should be very clear of the basic conceptions. What is the difference between, because Srimad Bhagavatam is the glorification of the Supreme Lord, Janmadiyasya. So how we will understand his position and how we will appreciate the position. The philosophy has to be clear. So put effort. You can study Bhagavad Gita side by side, there is no problem. Principally, I am still studying Bhagavad Gita. Most of my study is still, after so many years, is still of Bhagavad Gita. And when I speak Bhagavatam, what do? I speak Bhagavad Gita only. If you take up any purport of Srila Prabhupada, whether it is Caitanya-caritāmṛta or Srimad Bhagavatam, you will see Prabhupada explains from Bhagavad Gita only. The point is, if you know Bhagavad Gita, you will know all the scriptures. They will automatically be known to you. But if you don't know Bhagavad Gita, how will you know any other scripture? When the conception is not clear, when the foundation is not there, then how can you build up? It will collapse. So we have to put effort in our heart in understanding the principles of Bhagavad Gita. Those principles of Bhagavad Gita are graphically explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. If you know the principle, then you can appreciate and you can assimilate. But if you don't know the principle, then what you will do? Then how the heart will be sadhya hridaya avarutate? How he will be compact in the heart? Do one thing every day, study 5 verses of Bhagavad Gita sincerely. Take that vow. The problem with us is we just want to, speak and discuss, but we don't want to do anything. There's one devotee who is in a way connected to me. He was my assistant before. Somehow he's in different department. For so many years he did not study Bhagavad Gita. He left me that I don't get time for studying and this and that. So I asked him after 2 years, what are the literatures that you have studied? Tell me. Nothing. Then he was attending my Bhakti Shastri classes and he got some interest in study of Bhagavad Gita. So again for 2-3 months he is not ready. So I told him, don't eat. But he's sincere boy. One day he did not study. So I said, next day if you want to eat, you should study your previous day quota. You have to put some strict condition on your mind, on your body, on your intelligence. Then only you'll be able to study. If you remain lax or lethargic, nothing will happen. Only days will pass, years will pass, and lifetimes will pass. Nothing will change. So hear Bhagavatam, but simultaneously do a sincere study of Bhagavad Gita. We will be discussing again Bhagavad Gita only. My teacher told me this life is dedicated for Bhagavad Gita. He said, if you dedicate this life for study of Bhagavad Gita, he's so many times told me, all of the scriptures will be known to you. If you don't know Bhagavad Gita, you will never know of any Vedic literature. So I am doing that. If you feel like, you can also do that. What do you say? You are hearing Sonika? No, I am asking Sonika. This was her question.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So please make a point that every day you study Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Very glorious. I'll tell you one realization of one devotee I know. He every day recites at least 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. He's a very proficient scholar and a speaker. He said, if you do that for a few years, Mother Saraswati will come on your tongue and whatever you will say will come true. That does not mean that you will start making some big claims. But whenever he speaks, there are many things he does not know, but it comes true. That we have also seen in our little experience. That portion of Shastra is still not known to us, or we have not, fully been conversant with it, but still it is revealed. So this is Krishna Vani. Krishna Vani is Bhagavad Gita and Krishna Vapu is Srimad Bhagavatam. So we have to be a little more attentive, more conscious. Read again and again. Repeat. Hear, read, write, repeat. Hear, read, write, repeat. There is no write-up now from your side. You are so proficient. Krishna has given you the skill. While hearing, you can write. Why you have given it up?
Prabhuji, some meetings and works are going on simultaneously.
You have to find some time. You have to find time. You have to organize yourself. You have to pray to Krishna. You have to bring priority. Our class is fixed 8 to 9. It is not sometimes in the morning, sometimes in the afternoon, sometimes in the night. The schedule is fixed. So you see what is practically possible. Okay, I'll stop here. It is getting late. Tomorrow is Ekadashi. So we have to wake up early. So please chant attentively. Pray. Today is still Vijayadashmi. Pray to the Lord. Remove all these obstacles. To remove all these anarthas which is there in our heart. And this anartha is in the form of Ravana, which is still there. This mini Ravana. Prabhupada was saying that there are so many mini Ravans and mini Hiranyakashipus. It is all there in our heart. And while we are studying, so devote 1 hour out of 24 hours to sincerely study Bhagavad Gita. You see the result. It will be miraculous. Thank you very much. Shri Vijayadashmi Mahamahotsav ki jai. Shri Madhavācārya Avirbhāv Tithi Mahamahotsav ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Hari Hari.